rainy, windy, coldy outside. Can't drive car. Oh, let's build a model kit. That's right, the weather is garbage, so we're going to build a model kit. I haven't actually attempted this in like 25 years, and I don't think I actually finished any of them back then, so sorry Mum. But I'll be learning right along with you. We're going to be using this 1/72 scale Royal Air Force Red Arrows Hawk from Airfix. We're using this kit because it's a starter set, trademark. This means it comes with glue and paints as well as detailing decals. Airfix recommend also using a file, tweezers, scissors, clippers, a drill for some kits, tape and a peg. I'll use most of these to make the video, but we're beginners here, so don't stress if you're missing a couple of things. And as my dad always said, don't let the lack of a peg slow you down. You'll notice that this kit comes with 2 sets of instructions. These are a general technique guide, and these are the instructions specific to the kit. First step though is to wash everything in soapy water. Just like an RC car body shell, they have mold release agents that paint and glue sometimes react with. While it's tempting to just jump straight to the fun bits of the build, Mario told me to be patient and follow the instructions in order. The instructions work like this. They tell you what part to use on what part tree and which of the included paint colors to paint it. For example, here we have the seats and seat mount that we have to paint with the grey number 64 and let it dry before gluing them together. Make sure you stir the paint well, and it's easier to paint them while they're still on the parts tree. Thanks before you start guide number 11. The instructions said the paint could take up to 2 hours to dry, but it depends on how heavy-handed you were. Also, remember to wash the brush in between coats or different parts so you don't mess up the colours, and never let the paint dry on the brush. The instructions also say to test fit all parts before gluing, and honestly, that does make sense. Take a moment and see if there are any rough edges where you cut the parts off the sprues, and if so, smooth them down with a file. Do this while you're waiting for the grey paint to dry. In the next step, we can see that our freshly painted cockpit assembly goes between the 2 main halves of the fuselage. Glue them in with not too much glue, and tape the 2 halves together to hold them in place while the glue sets. Then we build some air intakes and put them on the side, as well as some rear wings. When we've glued on the main wing assembly, the instructions say it's time to paint. Now, this is the part 7-year-old me used to skip and just put the stickers straight on, because it's molded in the right color plastic anyway. But allegedly I've matured since then, so we're going to paint it. It's at this point you have to make a decision. You can take the easy way and finish the assembly without the landing gear deployed, or you can do the right thing and add detail. Paint the landing gear as per the instructions, test fit it, and then glue it on. Lastly, for assembly, we're going to add the pilots and canopy. So, the plane is looking pretty cool, but we've got my favourite bit to do, the water slide decals. Now, these aren't like traditional stickers. They're better, if a little bit finicky and occasionally mind-numbingly frustrating. The technique guide shows how they work. Firstly, cut out the individual decals. Then, using your tweezers, hold the decal in warm soapy water so it softens. Use the guide on the back of the box, place the decal where it goes, and then slide it off onto the sheet onto the model. You can adjust its position with a wet paintbrush or your finger if you're feeling dexterous and brave. Let all the various glues and aim or paint cure for a while before touching, and you finish your model plane. There is one last thing though, the display stand. The instructions don't mention painting it, but on the front of the box they've done it in black so it looks like a shadow. Let's definitely paint it black. There we go. So thank you so much for watching me build my first model kit in 25 years, and I hope it inspires you to build what might be your first kit ever. So see you in the next video. Bye!